First, the finals. It makes or tarnishes reputations, it builds legends, and it begins on Thursday night. I can't wait for it after sitting through the bye. We've got three gentlemen who built big reputations as stars in finals footy, as coaches of premiership side, Paul Roos and Gary Lyon and Jonathan Brown. And gentlemen, I want to just elicit, if I can, some of the things that you've been most looking forward to getting the answer to the question, the itch that you want to scratch, Gary. Why don't we begin with you?
Well, there's lots of things. We just going into the body of the show here, are we, Jared? Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, good. I just didn't know if you're going loose. The thing about finals footy, and people sitting at home go, what is it? It's the reason we play. And the ones that don't get to play there, I feel for them, because this is where reputations are made. It's why he has got it over me and you as a player forever, because he's got the ultimate, and his reputation is enhanced as a result of that. If you don't get there, you haven't got the chance. So I had a look at some of the numbers, and I'm not suggesting for a second that any of these players aren't any good, because you'll see that my favourite player in here is in amongst it. But these are players who will be on the big stage over the next few weeks, and they've got an opportunity to right this little wrong. Now, that's not to say that these players haven't played well in finals, but the numbers tell you that they're down. Their finals output is down. I know Dangerfield's played some great finals, and I know that Tom Stewart has played okay, but when you look at that you've got to have played a final minimum. The reputation of these players, Brownie, while it's not terminal, Roosie, they would want to... All of those blokes would want a big final game coming up.
And there would be no one more aware of that record than the players themselves. Like, that's why there's some anxiety going in for big-name players. They're sitting on the couch tonight. Yeah. Maybe they're watching, maybe they're not. But they know deep down inside they've struggled on the big stage.
And it's the reason why good to average players who have got premiership medallions will never be looked at as good to average players.
And I think if you look at that list, the ones that have won the premiership, you can sort of overlook it from an individual point of view. It's probably the ones that haven't won it that are... Not, I don't think you question, because, as you said, some of those guys have played individual good finals, but you want to have a really good final series, don't you?
Tell me about performance anxiety, because there's no question everybody gets performance anxiety. How did you deal with it, Brown?
It's interesting. I reckon the least nervous grand final I played in was my first one when I was 19 years old.
Nothing to lose?
Nothing to lose. You don't have that expectation on you. I reckon the most nervous one was the second one.
Yeah.
When the team's got expectation, you know you've been there before, you know you've been to the top of the mountain. So, you know, there's no right or wrong to it. Yeah, I think trying to simplify, and Scott Pendlebury talking about it before, and I think for all players, to try and simplify finals, try and simplify your game in your head and just play your role, because the tendency you dream about it and you visualise it all week and you want to be the best player. We love our teammates and we want to be unselfish, but deep down inside, Jared, you want to be best on ground.
You want to get that medal.
Well, you want to get that medal, don't you? So to try and push that away to the back of your mind and not let it infiltrate you all week.